The mission of PAX is to increase the respect among different peoples of the world by coming together, learning about what's similar, what's different in the ways we live, the way we look at the world, and then fostering communication to overcome those differences and to foster peace. We do that through a high school exchange program. It's primarily incoming. We have kids from 75 different countries between the ages of 15 and 18. They come to the US for an academic year. So I want to acknowledge there are quite a few host, either current or past host families in this group, just to say thank you for opening your heart to a stranger, because that's really where it begins. And over the last 8 years I've been doing this, I have seen such incredible friendships and bonds continue, with families going over for the student's wedding and the students coming back to go to college, and it just goes on and on and on. And those ripples of understanding and peace really will make a difference. So that's really great. And the State Department, as you well know, has been involved in citizen diplomacy for many decades. But after 9/11, very soon thereafter, the decision was made to foster a scholarship program for students from countries with significant Muslim populations, to bring them here with taxpayers' dollars so that they, who would be competing for this as a high honor. I think Nana, you told me today, Fira, 6,000 students applied for 112.
7,000.
7,000 for
Indonesia, and then 128.
128 were chosen out of 7,000. It's a very long, involved process, and what we're looking for are the people who will be the future leaders of these countries. And by coming here, observing democracy and our society, getting involved in community service, they will come to understand us better and then take that home and hopefully make a difference in their countries back home. So these three students were selected, each in their own countries. They're part of about a group of about 200 YES students, and this is called the Kennedy Lugar YES program. And so they're here, and tomorrow morning we go to New York to explore that. So without further ado, I've turned it over to Fira from Indonesia, Oche from Nigeria, and Nana from Pakistan.
Hello. Anne's going to run some of the slides for us too. And yeah, we're going to start off tonight with Nana Tejani. And she's from Karachi in Pakistan, and she's 16 years old, and she'll tell you a little bit about her experience here and also
In Pakistan,
where she's from.
Mostly.
Okay. So, अस्सलाम वालेकुम मेरे भाइयों और बहनों, मेरा नाम नैना है और मैं पाकिस्तान से ताल्लुक़ रखती हूँ. This is just a slight introduction in my native language, and that means that I am Nana from Pakistan, and hello to all my brothers and sisters. And let's discover Pakistan. This is my aim today, and Pakistan means the land of the pure. Next slide. Our motto, our founder was Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and when Pakistan was born, he made a motto of Pakistan that was unity, faith, and discipline. Okay, so many people think that Pakistan is located in the Middle East. It is located near the Middle East, but not in the Middle East. It's in South Asia. It's right here. It is pointed there, and it borders India and Iran and China.
And Afghanistan.
Yep, Afghanistan too. So Pakistan was born on 14th of August 1947. Before that, India and Pakistan were one nation, and it was a subcontinent. But when British left, Pakistan gained independence. And the official name of Pakistan is Islamic Republic of Pakistan. 95% of people in Pakistan are Muslims, but I am one of those 5% who are minorities. So I'm a Hindu from Pakistan, but I never felt that there was any opposition to the minorities, and that I have been living a very good life in Pakistan, and so it's a free country. And then the population is 170 million people, and the city where I live, it has 20 million people. That's pretty amazing, and you can see the shift. But, okay, anyways. And it was founded by Qaid Azam Muhammad Jinnah. So Pakistan has 4 provinces. Like here, they have 50 states. Pakistan has 4. That is Sindh. Sindh is a state where I am from. It's to the very south, and it doesn't get very cold there, so I have never seen snow. But in the north, it gets very, very cold, and you have snow and you have mountains. But the common thing to all provinces is that people are very hospitable, and they will never let you leave your home without being fed. Next slide, please. So the culture of Pakistan is very rich and diverse. The national cultural dress is shalwar kameez. That is like, shalwar is like a loose trouser, and kameez is a shirt which is long. Like you can see this kid wearing it, and this is shalwar. It's like a loose trouser, and these are some men's clothes on display. But let's not forget the females. Next slide. So this is just one of the stylish shalwar kameez suit. These are some of the ladies. This is a cute picture of the kids that I really like. And this is hijab. This is like the headscarf that many Muslim girls do. And along with shalwar kameez, we also do a thing called dupatta. So this is dupatta, and we wear it like, mostly women would wear it like in their home like this. And some girls, when they go out, they will do a headscarf, and I can show you how to do it, though I don't do it myself. The idea is just to cover your head, and it goes like this. How do I look? Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so as I said, Pakistan has a rich culture, a diverse culture. There is a national dress, but within provinces there are many variations. Like Punjabi people, they are very rocking, and they have music and stuff. And then this is the Balochi people, they have lots of ornaments and stuff. Pashtun people are simple. And this is the Sindhi, the place where I am from. And I also, the thing that the boy is wearing is called a topi. It's a hat. And then the thing that he's wearing, this is ajra. This is worn around the neck and like this. And this is topi that is worn on the head. Okay, so next slide. Oh, this is one of my favorite parts. So this is henna. This is like, you make designs with it. I haven't brought it if anyone is interested in having it. And we have bangles that we wear in our hands, and I have a couple to show you. All this, you can wear it in your hands. And I mostly wear it in marriage occasions. And yeah. Next slide. So this is the native language in which I started my speech. And I can read some of the sentences for you. बच्चे सर्दी से थरथर रहे थे. That means kids were shivering because of cold. That's very true for me here. Next slide. Okay, I really wanted to show this video, which is music plus dance as well. I have. I'll just play a little part of it. Why isn't it appearing here? Some technical difficulties. Okay. Yep.
I noticed that Safira is the one that's always called in to fix the situation.
Wait, hold on.
She's the one that wants to go into science. The one- Oh, Dinah's talking now.
Okay,
This is the Sindhi Utopia book again. I know you can't hear the music, but this is in the school, my very first school. I'm no longer in that school, but this is another language. Okay, I think that's enough because of lack of time. And this is yet another language that I speak. This is my mother tongue. This is not my national language.
The name of it?
Sindhi. Yeah, that's after my province, Sindh, and then Sindhi. So there's Sindhi. There's total of 61 languages in Pakistan, out of which I know only 2.
How many did you say?
61. Okay. Oh, so this part. Pakistan has had a female prime minister, and that is Benazir Bhutto, and she was a very good leader, and she's very respected and revered by all the people. Next slide.
Wasn't she cute?
What?
She was cute.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
No.
I thought
She was assassinated.
Oh, I thought you said she's very cute.
No, they said, was she assassinated?
She was, yep. Yeah, but it's still a mystery. We don't know who killed her. So this is the transportation system. We have cars, of course, and aside from that, we have some unique stuff. This is a rickshaw, and I don't know how to explain it, but you can see it in the picture. And these are the buses, and they decorated so much. And next slide. Oh, food. You already tasted it, so you don't need to explain. It's very yummy, and it's very spicy. And then this is another recipe that I really like. I have some recipes of these dishes if you like, anyone who wants. Next slide. So these are the desserts. Both of these, they're like very sweet, and the second one, it's made out of carrots and milk and dry fruits like cashews, walnuts, nuts, almonds, and it's very delicious. Now comes the main part, my high school. This is my high school. It's called the Beacon House. This is the middle section. This is the senior section. This is the swimming pool. And yeah, next slide. So life in my high school. Life in my high school. There's, of course, our main priority is academics, but we also have a lot of extracurricular activity. This is the uniform of my school. Of course, shalwar kameez. And some students do dupatta as well, and it's just optional. And then we have like debate competitions. That is like a parliamentary type debate there. Students are sitting in panels. And then we have a lot of science exhibitions, which is the part that I like most. And this is my group. I'm right here. We made this motor boat which ran through the water, and then we converted it into a flying thing by adding balloons and reducing the weight. And then this is the crazy day at our school. It's similar to Halloween, except that you don't get candy. And yeah, next slide. And we do a lot of PowerPoint presentations in school and multimedia videos and movies. So this is just one of it. And these are the play theater things. I participated once in the play, and they made me look like this. And this is the school mela. So we have different annual school fairs, and we just have fun and dance and food. Next slide. You skipped one. So this is the sports. This is taekwondo. This is the school team. This is basketball. This is soccer. It is called football in all parts of the world except here. So there are lots of famous places in Pakistan. Of course, since it's a Muslim country, there are many mosques. This is a mosque which is really pretty and really big. It can accommodate about 100,000 people. And this site is very important for all Pakistanis because that is the place where the leaders of our country decided that we want separation from India on 23rd of March, 1940. And then this is the ruins of a city that existed 3,000 years ago, and the ruins still exist, and it's a very great tourist spot. And this is the historical site. It's also a mosque. Next slide. Okay, so what actually do we do for our economy and to keep the country going? So like Vermont, we have lots of agriculture, and though my family doesn't belong to farmers, but Pakistan is known to be an agrarian country, and it is the fourth largest producer of apricot, sugar, and cotton. Like cotton is our main export. And the seventh largest producer of mangoes. I love mangoes. And the fruits, there is an inexhaustible list of fruits like citrus fruits, mangoes, plums, berries, pomegranate, peaches, and stuff. And this is the livestock. Next slide. Oh, so this is the arts and crafts of Pakistan. People love doing embroidery and handmade things. Like the shirt that I'm wearing, it also has some embroidery that is done by hand. And I also brought some purses, like which have handmade embroideries on it. This, and yeah, and this is a woman. And Pakistan is also famous for its carpets and rugs, and they are exported all over the world. And then the footballs that were used in FIFA 2014, they were made in Pakistan. And it's funny that I was buying gloves some days ago, and my host dad pointed to me that it said made in Pakistan. So I was like, oh, my country gave me a gift even from such a long distance. So yeah. And this is a very colorful festival. It's called Basant in my native language, and but it's like kite flying, and like many people come together and fly kites. This is like a pre-preparation buying kites, and this is just one of them. Next slide. Oh wow! I've been to this place only once, and I haven't had the chance to go again, but I really would love to. This is the north side of Pakistan, where there are lots of mountains and snow, and Pakistan has some of the it has some of the highest peaks in the world. The K2.
Kashmir?
It's Kashmir. It's Kashmir as a little part of Kashmir, and then there's the NWFP as well, the province of Pakistan. So the K2 is in Pakistan. This is the K2, and this is Lake Saiful Malook, and this is just and there are lots of trees as well. It reminds me, the Vermont reminds me of my country in the north part. And this is like long way of Pakistan, and this is my picture in my cultural dress. And if you would like to give any feedback or any suggestions, you can email me, and that's great. I would also like to say a couple of things in the end. Whenever I tell anyone that I'm a Pakistani, people often have wrong stereotypes. They think that they have like words like terrorism and stuff like that. It immediately pops up in their mind. But when I tell them I'm a Hindu, then they're relieved. Like they think that Muslims, they think that Muslims are like bad people, which is actually not the case. Like I am from that country, and I live in that country with all the Muslims as my friends, my neighbors, and it's just the wrong stereotypes. And plus, the Taliban, they don't even contribute 0.5% of the population. How can then you generalize those people to the whole attributes of the whole country? And plus, Taliban this is just my personal opinion. I don't think they just use religion as a means of doing whatever bad they want to do. They're not really religious. That's just personal opinion of this. And yeah.
Can you tell people a little bit just quickly about your family? Like a little bit about the profession of your
Sure.
parents and your brothers and sisters.
So I have we are 5 sisters and 2 brothers. And it's a pretty big family, but now it's very less common. Like whenever I tell even my school friends, they'll be surprised. But my older 2 sisters are in med school. My 3rd sister, she is here in US in Boston in Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And my 4th sister is in high school and I'm in high school. Yep, and my 2 brothers, one is doing business and the other one is just young. He's in 8th grade, I believe.
And your parents?
Yeah, my mom is a housewife, so she does most of the house stuff. And my dad has a rice mill. As I said, Pakistan is an agricultural country, so we are not directly linked to farmers, but we do depend on farmers for our to keep us going. And
We could talk more about that. I think next we're going to hear from.
do you have a question?
We'll do Q&A with everyone afterward. I think unless it's something very quick. Okay, so Oche's ready, right? You ready to roll?
There's no internet connection.
There's no internet. Yeah.
I was gonna use Google, but I'm good.
I have a feeling you're going to do fine. This is Ankeli Oche David, and he's from Makurdi, which is in Benue, Nigeria. And you are 15 years old, and he's going to give us a little presentation. He's also a YES scholar.
Hello, everyone. Nigeria is a country which is comprised of 36 states and is also known as the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria is located in West Africa and it shares land borders with Cameroon and Lake Chad to the east and Benin to the west, and also Niger to the north. Nigeria is also known as the giant of Africa due to its large population and economy. It actually has like the 3rd largest economy in the world because Lagos State in Nigeria is like a really big city. And it's like the 7th most populous country in the world with over 162 million inhabitants. Nigeria was colonized by the British during 1807, and this lasted for over like 70 years until 1885, where they completely dominated Nigeria after several competitions with the French and the Germans. There are actually 2 parts of West Africa. West Africa is grouped into 2, the Francophone countries and the Anglophone countries. The Anglophone countries are actually made up of English-speaking countries, and the Francophone countries are made of French-speaking countries. I come from an Anglophone country. Nigeria, the main language in Nigeria is called English. And the second form of English in Nigeria is called the Pidgin English. Mm-hmm. The Pidgin English or the broken English is a form of English that I don't know, it's kind of like, it has some words that are similar to English, but it's quite different. Because if I want to say, how are you, in Pidgin English, I'm going to say, how you day? Yeah. Because I also have a friend from Nigeria who is actually sitting there. Her name is Teresa. So I and Teresa can actually communicate. So if I ask Teresa right now, what's be your name?
My name is Teresa.
Okay. So that is how you respond. That is how you respond in Pidgin English.
Read this the same.
So we have over 500 languages in Nigeria. Over 521 actually, 9 of which are now extinct. Because I come from a clan called the Idoma tribe. In the Idoma tribe, there are also many diversities in language. Because even in the Idoma tribe, like my name in my father's side of the Idoma, which is the Apa, if you want to pronounce my name, which is Oche, in another part of Idoma, which is called the Agila, you're gonna say Otse. So there are like very many diversities of languages in Nigeria. So there's so many. But we have like 3 main languages in Nigeria. We call them the Igbos, the Hausas, and the Yorubas. So if I want to say thank you, in Igbo, I would say Imela, or you can say Imena. And if I want to say thank you in Hausa, I'll say Nagode. And if I want to say thank you in Yoruba, you say Edupe. And if I want to say thank you in Idoma, you say Anya. And if I want to say thank you in Tiv, I say Umsu. And if I want to say thank you in the Fulani, you say Jarama. So there are like many different languages in Nigeria, but we are all like a country. Okay? So we have like different rulers and traditional rulers. Like in the north we have the Emis. In the south we have like local kings called the Igwes and people and stuff. We have many wildlife conservations. We have the Oyos. We have wildlife conservations in Oyo State, in Jos, even in Benue State. Some people think that there are like many lions in Africa and stuff like that, but we don't usually have like so many lions walking on the street. Lions are usually kept in zoos, where they're supposed to be, not on the streets. There are many types of dresses in Nigeria. The Igbos, they wear something called, I think is the tie wrappers and put on like really big hair ties like Teresa's over there. And the Yorubas, they usually wear something they call the Agbadas and the Ashokes. In the Idoma clan, we wear red and black. I'm actually gonna show you. Sorry, I have to show you this. So this is actually my tribal color, black and red. So we usually wear black and red. So my grandfather was actually a chief of our community. So my father was actually like a prince. So I come from like a royal background or something.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there are 3 main so there are 3 main religions in Nigeria. We have Christianity, we have Islam, and we have the African traditional religion. I'm actually a Christian. You're gonna actually like, the majority of Muslims are found in the northern parts of Nigeria, where the houses reside. And in the southern parts, you find the Christians, the middle belt, you find a mixture of both Christians and Muslims. But there's like a huge diversity of, there's kind of like, sometimes conflicts do arise between Muslims and Christians because of their differences in ethnicity and religion. Because some Muslims believe that Christians are infidels and stuff. That's why the Islamic sect called the Boko Haram in Nigeria is like coming against and bombing Christians and stuff like that. Yeah. The African traditional religion actually is found in villages like in the Igbos. The Igbos are usually like the ones who are really involved in African traditional religions. And in the Benin, where there are many palaces and kingdoms and traditional rulers. We are involved in many sports like soccer. Soccer, which we call football, is the main sport in Nigeria. We also play basketball, we play ping pong, we play many sports in Nigeria. And we have 3 main seasons, the heat season, the raining season, and the Hamatan. We don't usually have snow. So when I saw snow yesterday, I was shouting and waking everyone up. Because it's quite exciting. The school system in Nigeria is quite different from the school system in the US. We have the kindergarten, we have the primary school, and we have the secondary school and the universities. I'm actually quite young to be a junior or in the 11th grade in the US because due to our differences in classes in Nigeria. So in secondary schools, we have something like they call junior secondary 1, junior secondary 2, junior secondary 3, senior secondary 1, senior secondary 2, and senior secondary 3. So I'm supposed to be in the senior secondary 2 right now. That's why I'm a junior in the US. Yes. There are also many famous writers who are from Nigeria. I think some of you have heard of Chinua Achebe, the writer of the book called Things Fall Apart. It's a really interesting book. We also have Wole Soyinka, but Chinua Achebe died last year actually. We also had Wole Soyinka, who was born in the year 1934. We have Femi Osofi-San and Ben Okri. We have many famous writers in Nigeria. I would have loved to play a video for you guys to show you how the Idomas dance and how the traditional people dance in my country. But since there's no video, I'm gonna do it practically. So I'm actually gonna show you guys. I'm actually gonna show everyone. Don't mind me, I'm using guys. That's what we say in Nigeria. Okay, so there are 3 dance steps. Okay, I'm gonna just do 2. I don't know what's really. Okay, the first dance step is called the Etigi dance. The Etigi dance is gonna be really hard for some of you, so I need a volunteer.
Another one.
All right, come on, dude.
You need music? You need drumming?
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna show him how to dance it first. Then he's gonna try it. So this is how the Etigi dance goes. No, I'm actually moving my hips upwards, so. And the other dance step in Nigeria, we call it, it's kind of like you move your feet really fast. So I'm gonna do that right now.
Whoa.
So we have different types of food in Nigeria. I actually brought the food here and the pot is actually empty right now. Because the food was actually really good. Thanks to my Nigerian mom, Teresa. Alright. That's all I have to say today. Thank you very much.
Next we have Safira Wiras. I'm going to try to do this now. Wirasation.
Virasatyon.
Virasation. There you go. Safira is from a town called Yogyakarta in Indonesia. She's 17 years old, and she too is part of the Kennedy Lugar Yes Youth Exchange Study Program. And as we heard, out of 7,000, that's something that how many people applied to your program, Nana?
Half of it.
About 3,000 for, and
3,500.
Do you know how competitive it was
Yes,
for
there were about 600 students, but at the end, 21 were people chosen.
you? And it's also a program that also gives scholarship to United States students to travel to predominantly Islamic countries as well.
So there's a Yes Abroad program
and when you Google it, you can find it, and you can travel to countries like India and Morocco and countries in Europe. And I think it's a really good opportunity for teens, and it's a lifetime experience, and it's all free.
And it's all free, and as
So
Ann,
good, tax dollars
Yeah.
are going to something worth.
and as Ann said, there's about 700 or so students come over as part of this YES program to the United States, but only about 70 US students, and I don't know if that's because,
It's a new program and it's just getting started, I think. But for those of you who are young enough to apply, I think the deadline is around January 15th, and that would be for the next school year. And you can do it as a gap year if you're graduating, so.
yeah, it seems like a
Think about it.
tremendous opportunity. And Oche, what about your family? How large is your family? What do your parents do?
Okay, so my parents, like, we have 5 in my family, and like 7 including my parents. My dad is a veterinary doctor, and my mom works in an insurance company. I have a brother and 3 sisters.
Mhm. And your schools, do you go to public schools or are your schools
Yeah.
private schools?
My school is a Catholic school, making it a public school.
It's not, so it's a Catholic school, it's not a public school?
It's a Catholic school and a public school.
Ah, okay. Well, that's
So it's
that's
like funded by the government.
Uh-huh. Interesting. And how about you? Your school, is it a public?
It's a private school.
It's a private school.
In Pakistan, most middle class families have their students in private schools because public schools need more improvement.
Does anybody have any questions for Oche and Nana while we're waiting for Safira's presentation to go? Anyone might as well use the time. Yes, the lady in the yellow.
I wanted to ask whether your parents would approve if you decided to marry a Muslim.
Is that me?
That's for me. No, they won't, because there have been cases in which a Hindu person wants to marry a Muslim person, but then they have to need the support of their family. Their family refuses to support them. And I don't know, my parents have been, so far they have been very open to us, like in all terms, like in education, and they have never ever asked us to drop any opportunity. But I don't know, I think they would not agree.
One more here?
Yes?
Here? Also, you mentioned there are 4 or 5 nationalities in Pakistan. And you
Province,
mentioned
state,
Pashto, Baluchi, and who are the other 3?
Sindhi.
Sindhi.
I mentioned there are 4. Sindhi, Pashtun, Punjabi, and Balochi.
But you showed Kashmir as part of it.
Well, Kashmir is actually disputed. There's Azad Kashmir, which is part of Pakistan, and then there's a disputed territory, and India and Pakistan both have their troops in that land, and it still belongs to Norway. Yeah.
And Oche, what about your family, that question? If you decided to, you mentioned you're Christian, Catholic,
Yeah.
but do you also practice some of the more traditional religions and ceremonies? And is there any feelings in your family about marrying outside of your religion potentially?
No Muslim in my country is gonna want to marry Christian. So it's kind of hard for you to find a Christian and a Muslim getting married. Except one is converted to another religion.
Yeah.
It can't happen. It can, but it's very rare.
Interesting. Are you ready, Safira, or do you think maybe you should just proceed without your projector?
Actually, it's fine without the projector,
Okay.
but
I'll try and
I want to show like a video
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Okay, I can start now.
So, Safira, go for it.
Good morning, everyone. Good
It's a little late.
good evening, everyone.
It's morning in Indonesia.
Yeah, right. It's morning in my country. That's an excuse. Well, thank you so much for coming and want to listen to my presentation. And first, before I start my presentation, I want to say thank you to my host family, the Chaudhry family. Can you please stand up? Please stand up. All the credit goes to them. And of course, my community coordinator and everyone else. So first, before I start my presentation, again, is there anyone here ever heard something about Indonesia? Can you please raise your hand?
So many people. Okay.
Is there
In high school,
anyone?
there were very less people who knew about it.
So, is there anyone willing to come here and tell something about Indonesia that you heard?
Yes.
Please, somebody come here because I will give something for someone that will come here and tell something about my country.
Okay.
I can talk about your country for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I was with Chase Manhattan Bank, and I had to travel around the world and hire people to work for the bank. And I had never been as impressed as I was in Pakistan when in Indonesia. Actually, I've been all over in Indonesia because some of the people I interviewed knew as much about banking and international affairs than I did, and surprised me to a great deal. And I could not stop hiring 3 times more than I needed after my story.
Wait. Because you just talked something about my country, then you will receive this. Thank you so much. So, because my presentation, I think I can do it, so I'm just gonna do it. So, again, good evening everyone. My name is Safira Hairunawira Satyawan, and you can call me Fira. Or Safira, it's fine, whatever you like. And I am a youth ambassador for the Kennedy Lugar Yes program for 2014 and 2015. And I am from Indonesia.
Fira.
So here is my
My family.
So here's, okay, so before we talk more about my country, I think it will be better if I introduce myself first. And I came from a Muslim family, and I'm a Muslim too. And this is my family. And this is my mom, my brother, me, my sister, and my father. Both my parents are dentists, and my family's just been very supportive for me. Like they support me through the whole year process for this program. So that's why all the credits goes to them, and they raised me too.
Yeah.
And so Indonesia was colonized by the Dutch And we were colonized by the Dutch for more than 300 years, until finally, on August of 1945, we declared our independence. And there was a lot of work, there was a lot of sacrifice, yeah. And the flag there, the red and white, came from the Holland flag, there's the blue, and then the people who fight for my country at that time, they ripped the blue, and then we got the red and the white. The red stands for brave, and then the white stands for the pure. And then here is like the symbol of my country, which is, in my language, we called it Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which in English it means united in diversity, because Indonesia is a very big country with so many cultures. And here is our 7th president, Joko Widodo, and the vice president, Yusuf Kala. So Indonesia apparently is the largest Muslim country in the world, and because we, what's the word? I'm sorry, this is what happens when I look for the word in English. Okay, so let's just skip that. So in my country, because it's very different with here, meanwhile in here, I mean like, there's not so many Muslim people live here, and in my country, so many people there are Muslim, and then all of the traditions that we do, basically just by the Muslim base, and then we do, like for example, we have this Friday prayer for the Muslim man, that every Friday they have to pray. And then, well, besides that, Muslim people also have like prayer time 5 a day. And then the women and the girls there cover their head, well, but it's not like a must. But some people do cover their head, and some others also don't, like me. I don't cover my head. And we celebrate the big Muslim days, like Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. And there's the mosque for our prayer. In my country, we don't have 4 seasons, we only have 2 seasons, which are the dry season and the rainy season. So I've never seen snow before, just like the 2 of them. And it's very hot there, it's very hot, it's humid, we're sweating all the time. It's just very different. So when I first got here, it was very cold. So yeah.
In August.
Yeah, in August. And in August, it was summer, but I was like, this is not summer, this is okay. And I think most of the people know about Bali, because Bali is one of the most popular places from Indonesia. And there are many, here are just like the pictures of Bali, like the great places in Bali. I just want to give the idea of the image of the places. There's the kecak dance, which is the traditional dance. And then in that dance, we tell stories also. And there is the temple and temple. Most of the places in Bali are temple, because there are so many Hindu people live in Bali, which makes it like more like a Hindu island, kind of. And this is called batik, which is the most popular traditional clothing fabric from my country. And we made it from wax, and then we will draw the fabric with the wax. And I brought some of them here. Here's the skirt, and you wear it like this. Then you tie them, and then there is there's a lot of batik stuff from my country, and it's very popular. And our last president wear them like almost all the time. And here's a fun fact. We use our right hand a lot. So Indonesian people really love to eat with our hands. We don't use spoon that much, but we do use spoon. But we just think that eating with our hand will be more tasty. And then, but we only use our right hand because we have this kind of belief that our right hand is the clean hand and the left hand is more like kind of not clean hand, unclean hand, yeah, this kind of thing. And we do have, so whenever we do something, we give something to people, we use our right hand, and then when we like greet someone, we should use our right hand. Even if the people are left-handed, they should give something to other people with right hand. But it's okay for them to do the things with their left hand, but to give other people something, to like use something, just like to greet someone, they should use their right hand because that means like something kind of politeness and respect. And also we have this kind of greeting. I don't know, is it greeting? But the younger people from my country, we always do this thing where we kiss the hand of the older people. And
I'm older.
So before you go to school, or before you go to anywhere, or before you leave the house, you have to like kiss the hand. You can do it like this, or you can do it like this. Whatever you like, but you have to do that because that is something kind of respect for older people in my country. And at school, when we meet teacher, we do that. So it's a very important thing in my country. Even here, there's a picture of our last president and our new president. He still do the thing because it's just the symbol of politeness and respect to older people.
Sophia, we have to move quickly through
Okay.
just so that we have time to discuss a little bit.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just
And here are the foods. I'm not gonna tell you one by one about this, but here are just the pictures of the foods from my country. And I wanna tell another fun fact that Indonesian people eat a lot of rice. Rice is our staple food, and we eat rice like every time. So for breakfast we eat rice, for lunch we eat rice, dinner we eat rice. And then when we ate sandwich in the morning, we might say that wasn't our breakfast because we didn't eat rice. So we think that, so if you meet someone, have you ate your breakfast? No, that person probably had just ate their sandwich, but they didn't eat their rice. So we think rice is meal. And we really love spicy foods. That's why here we have our traditional spicy sauce, which is called sambal in my country. And if you come to Indonesia and you don't try this, you're not coming to Indonesia. And then we have this thing right here. It's a fresh green vegetable food, which here we called it salad, and in my country we called it lalapan. And here people eat it with mayonnaise and stuff. There we eat it with sambal, so it's spicy. And yeah, here are just like the foods and everything from my country, which I'm not gonna talk more about that. And I am from the city called Yogyakarta, which is one of the biggest cities in my country. There are 20 million people in my city. It's very crowded, it's very busy, and we quite have a lot of stuff happening there. And this is like the landmark of my city. And my city is, I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, but is it kingdom? Where there's the king and queen who rule the place. Is it kingdom? Yeah. So my city is actually a kingdom, an old kingdom. And it's still happening until now. And there is the place for the king and queen of my country. And here's our traditional clothing, which I bought them here, but I didn't bring the the good one. I just bring the simplest one because I don't want to bring the heavy ones, but it's kind of the idea. And here is my school and my friends. Yeah, we love taking pictures. And so the school here in my country is very different, where here we have the senior high school from the, is it 9th grade, from 12th grade? Yep, and then we have the middle school, but an elementary school. In my country, we have elementary school from grade 1 to grade 6, and then we have we called it junior high school, which is middle school here, from 7 to 9, and then we have the senior high school from 10 to 12, and which is another different thing. Meanwhile, here we're allowed to choose the subjects that we like. In my country, we don't have that ability, so we have to there are many subjects in my school, and we have to learn that subjects. We have to. We don't have any way to choose any subject, and we go to school early in the morning, 6:15 for me because I'm a senior, and 7 for the other students. And we wear uniforms for school, and I'm wearing one of them now. And there's another fun thing that we do in my country. We have this ceremony, which is we always do every Monday. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, it's a ceremony. The students do this every Monday before the school starts. And here's me and my friend. We do some kind of supporting our basketball teams. And yeah, there are many. So for each school, we have different uniforms. For senior high school, we have the ones that I wear, which is light blue and white. And then for the elementary school, we have the red and white. And then for the junior high school, we have the blue, dark blue and white. And for the kindergarten, it's basically more like just the bright colors. It doesn't have any kind of rule. And there's another pictures also of me and my friends. There's my theater organization when we did play, and then my student organization, my choir team, my friends, me and my friends in Bali, and
More friends.
yeah, more friends, more me, more pictures, and yeah, it's another pictures of me and my friends. I'm sorry. And here are some school events. So in my school, the events that we do, we have the music, a big music concert, which this is to give you the idea. We work for the money, and then we go for sponsor and everything, and then we do our own basketball league, which is we have this big basketball and cheerleading league, and all of this kind of stuff. And we did like an art display, and we work for the money, like the students work ourselves. Another pictures of me and my friends and all of our school events. And here is a short video of my CD that I made myself, just to give the visual image. There is Tugu Jogja that I was talking about, the landmark of my city.
So 20 million people.
There's like a night park. There is the traditional market where we can find traditional stuff and merchandises.
And your school, is it a religious school or is it a public?
A public school.
Yeah. And boys and girls go to school
Boys and
together? And you live in the center of the city?
I don't live right in the center. I live more north.
But within the city?
Yeah.
In an urban kind of setting?
Here's the downtown. And then there are our traditional transportation, but we use them only for recreation. Here's my school. We use motorcycles a lot, so you will see a lot of motorcycles. Some tourists walking. Here's the kingdom place that I was talking about. Here's the open door. No, I mean the big door. It's still in around of the kingdom place. So, here's the kind of nightlife in my city. Some traditional food, people go here.
So this is a sleepy little town for you being here in Brattleboro.
Here's one of our malls. It's the beach, one of the beaches in my city because we have a lot of beach. Just, you know. Here still in around the downtown. There's my sister, my mom, and the best driver. But wait, we still have another slide. It's just the must-visit places in my country. I'm not going to talk more about it. I know everyone is kind of a little bit boring, but yeah. Here is Mount Romo, and then we have Mount Rinjani, and then we have Toba Lake, and then we have the Commodore Recreation Park, which is you can only find in my country, and then we have Raja Ampat, and then we have, this is the pink sand beach. You can see the sand is kind of a little bit pink, and then here it's in my city, it's called Taman Sari, and then here's the most popular place, Borobudur Temple, probably you have heard of it. And then here's the Toraja town. So this just to give you, except if you want to come to my country, there are many places you can visit. And yeah, no. Yeah, that's pretty much all about my country. And thank you so much for listening to me. If I say something that probably you don't understand, if you have more questions, you can ask me later. And there is thank you in my language, Bahasa Indonesia, which is our primary language, which is terima kasih, and then matur nuwun is our dialect from my city, and then thank you.
Well, I mean, I think you can all agree that these young people are really enthusiastic about where they're from, and I would just like to open it up for questions, but I'd like to start with just asking, you know, why were you interested in coming here to study?
For me, personally, I just really love diversity, and I just really love to go around the world. Well, as I was a kid at that time, and I was just like, I really want to go around the world. So when this program came out, I was just I really want to join it. And then, so it's basically more about, I really want to know something that is happening outside of my country. So, yeah.
What about you, Ocean?
Um,
What was your motivation?
yeah, I think it's the same thing. Like, I want to help my country. So, this is like a country where like opportunities are mainly. So, I want to like increase my knowledge about the world. I want to know how the United States succeeds. Like, what systems does the United States use to succeed? So I can go back to Nigeria and help my country.
And you, Nana?
Nana.
Nana?
Okay. My motivations are pretty much the same as Safira's. Like I wanted to know about America, and plus my sister has been to USA through one of the scholarships, and she really recommended it. So I was very excited, and plus this is the first international travel like US. Like Marlboro is the first outside my country's town that I visited. So it was like knowing other culture and coming to a different country and experiencing new experiences, something that you don't experience in your home country.
Interesting. Yeah. Questions? The lady in front right here.
Safira, how many languages are spoken in your country?
For language, so our primary language is Bahasa Indonesia, but we do have more than 300 dialects. And I mean, for work, for formal, for school, we speak in Bahasa Indonesia. But at home, usually people speak in their dialects, like the language in their city or their region. Which in my city, we speak in Javanese sometimes. So for like me and my friends, sometimes we talk in Javanese, and sometimes, yeah, just some people talk also in this very old Indonesian language, not Indonesian language. I mean this very old dialect language, which is only used very rarely. But we have English as the school subject, so everyone in my country knows English. We know how to write English, we know how to read it, but not that many people can speak English fluently because we speak Bahasa Indonesia all the time.
Peter.
Well, I have two questions. Each of you is such a wonderful public speaker. I'm sure we're all wondering what careers you are contemplating at this point in your studies and your lives. I would like to know that. And also, I'm sure before you got here, you and your friends, if anyone talked about the United States, you thought of Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston. Not even a lot of people in America know about this little wedge called Vermont. And I'm wondering how that must feel to you. You're not in Boston or L.A. or San Francisco. Here you are in Brattleboro. How's that been?
Actually, I find myself very lucky to be placed here. It's a totally new experience, and I experience city life all the time in my home country. So this experience is something that's very different, and the beauty, the nature, and I really love it. And I like to go on hiking and bike rides, something that you can do in cities. And I think I'm pretty much loving it, and then and I really find myself lucky. And for the second question, I want to be an engineer, and because I love math and I love science subjects. So, but I don't know what kind of engineer I want to become. Maybe later in life, I'll decide. Yeah.
Okay. So when we came to the U.S., we passed through New York. So before I came to Brattleboro, Vermont. We passed through many cities, so we're like seeing all the skyscrapers. Before you know, everything disappeared. We were just trees and stuff. So it was like, where are all the skyscrapers? So we were expecting to see something. So we're expecting to see something different, but after 2 days, I discovered that this is where I want to be. This is actually me because everything was natural, and I don't know. I felt like peace. I felt really peaceful. I want to be an electronic engineer. and a missionary.
And a what?
A missionary.
For me, well, when I first got here, we went to Washington D.C. first for our orientation, but we were not in the city, so it was just almost the same like here, trees and airplanes. Well, but we don't have airplanes here. I mean, like, but when I got first to Brattleboro, when we were driving home from Hartford to Brattleboro, it was only trees and then the mountains and everything. So I was actually kind of shocked at that time because it wasn't like what I was thinking about. I was thinking about like this huge big city and then the slides and then the people and the crowd and everything. But then when I got here, it's pretty small town. Quite impressive. But then, I mean, after like few weeks, well, it took me a few weeks, I kind of like it. I mean, here people know each other more, and then, I mean, it's just, you just love to just walk downtown without doing anything because it's not that crowded city with traffic jam and everything, because we have traffic jams in my city, which I don't like, and here we don't have it, and the air is just fresh, and then it's cold. I mean, like, I'm not sweating here unless I'm doing my practice or something. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of like it, and the people here, whenever I meet people on the street, they were just like, "Hi, good morning, how are you?" And it's very nice. I mean, to be honest, not so many people in my country do that kind of thing. So it's pretty great. I love it here.
We need to give her a hand for that.
Oh, and about my career, I really want to be a doctor, but I don't know what's the name in English, but I want to be the specialist for eye. Is it yeah, because many of my family have problems with their eyes as they're getting older, so I just really want to, and I love helping people. So.
Well, may I say one of our regular attenders at these programs is an eye doctor, and start with him.
Yeah.
I'd like to find out the schools that you're at. How popular are cell phones and Twitter? Electronic stuff.
Interesting question.
How popular is it with the young people at your school?
Well, in my country, we do use cell phones. For some schools, it's not allowed to bring their cell phones, especially the private schools. But for public schools, like where I go, we're allowed to bring our phones, and the teachers say don't use your phone during class, but students, and then we just sometimes, I'm speaking the truth, which is sometimes we just like, and then we type something, we tweet something, and then but we don't do Facebook anymore because we did Facebook when we were on our elementary school. So in my country now, we have a lot of social media. We do a lot. I think Indonesian teenagers are being the best in social media because we just do a lot of social media kind of thing, which is actually not good. We do Twitter and Facebook and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
How about for the...
Oh yeah.
Okay, so in my country, we also have Facebook, we have Twitter, and we have many social networks. So it's kind of like the same with the US.
With my country, Facebook is the most popular site. As soon as you post a picture, you get 100 likes. So Facebook is number one, and then we have all sorts of other stuff like Twitter. Many people who are involved with other programs, like they use Twitter. Like not all the students, but like I myself use Twitter very less, and because I'm so used to Facebook. And then there are other things like WhatsApp, Skype, and these are what I use to contact my family back home, and Viber, and
But
Yeah.
you basically feel that the usage of these technologies and social media is pretty much the same here as it is
Yeah,
in terms of how
yeah.
much people are using it?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then I didn't ever get a cell phone, but everyone in my school has a cell phone, though it's not allowed.
Sounds the same.
So I abide by the rules and I never bring cell phone. I don't have one, so yeah. That's
Other
it.
questions? How about your social life and entertainment here compared to at home? What's the difference between living here? I mean, are you freer here or less free, or how's your level of interaction and socialization?
I think it's in my home we are 7 siblings, so there's a lot of social interaction going on within home. Sometimes we play board games like chess. My younger brother is, by the way, very good at chess, and he beats me all the time. and we play table tennis. We have a table tennis table in our basement, and this is the social interaction within the house. And then sometimes we have hangouts with friends, though it's not very common because like in Karachi there are huge distances, so sometimes friends can't make it. Like here, it's like everything is close together and we can make a plan and meet in downtown. And plus, Karachi does not have a specific downtown. Like you can find shopping malls and stuff everywhere. It's not like this is the place where you'll find most people. So yeah, but we still do hang out like in like restaurants and stuff. And yeah, that's it.
How about you two? How's the social life been here compared to home?
So, for me, I think it's, for me and my friends, actually, I do quite a lot more hangout in my country rather than here. Because here, as I've been observing, the people here, like, when the parents say, you go to that place from this time to that time, and then the parents will go there again and then pick us, and then we have to go back at that time. Meanwhile, in my country, it's more like our parents is like, Mom, I want to go with my friends. Go, and then we just go, and then we go home. But we don't want to like go below 8 or 9 for the night. Like we don't want to go home below 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Or even some parents, they sometimes have like more strict rules for like the maximum time for the children to get home. But I have like, for hangout, I think in my country, we just, when we say hangout, we just gonna hang out, and then we don't have to like watch the time almost all the time, and then we go home by bus or by anything else, which is, I think, because Marlboro don't have that much kind of public transportation. And and we hang out a lot. My friends and I, we like to but we love sleepovers a lot. So we go to someone's home and then we do sleepover and then we watch movies. And then we also like to go to cinema. So go to cinema is, I think, the most popular thing around the teenagers. So when there is a new movie come out, we will just go to that movie. So people, when the cinema opens, the people will just like make this line up to the parking lot. Meanwhile here in the theater, it's open at night, and it opens at night and not so many people go there. But I think that's a good thing because that makes the students have more time with their parents. Because in my country, I mean, if their parents somehow not really very strict, or the teenagers themselves not really understand what time to go home, we can go home a lot more.
The social life in Nigeria is kind of similar to the US, only that the difference is because security sometimes can be an issue. So sometimes you have to come home before it gets dark.
Good. Any other questions for our panelists? Well, do you have any questions for them?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What is TV like in countries? Is it on at night or is it on through the day? And do many people watch television? Are there many channels?
In my country, the TV has like different channels, like news channels, and then we have a lot of Indian film series and movies, and then Pakistani channels with Pakistani dramas and films, and then we have like TV shows, talk shows on TVs, and the TV runs all through the day and it works very well. And then we have cricket is, I didn't mention it in my presentation, but cricket is the most popular sport in Pakistan. It's kind of like there's a bat and a ball and you just hit it and you can score a 6 or a 4. So it's very popular, and when the cricket season starts, everyone will be glued to the TVs. And especially if it's a match between India and Pakistan. So yeah, it's popular. Like my brother watches cricket all the time. He loves it. And yeah, but it depends from person to person. You can watch as much TV as you want, or you can watch as less as you want, unless you have restrictions from parents.
The TV system is also the same in the US. Like you have channels and you just take a remote and change it, put a channel you want to watch. We have news channels, we have sports channels, we have soap operas, we have shows and stuff. Thank you.
And I forgot to mention, we have like American channels as well, like CNN and BBC, and we have National Geographic as well and stuff. Yeah, and the CNN and BBC are in English; they do not translate it, which is the reason not many people listen to that.
In my country, TV is apparently quite a big thing. So the mothers like to watch the TV serial, and then in the morning they will just go like meet, and they're like, oh my god, then they will talk about the TV serials that they just watched. But I mean, not if the people are kind of busy people, they don't watch movie because they don't watch TV because they don't have that much time. But for the people who are more like, elder people, or the people who just, I don't know how it works. The people who, okay, for example, mothers who just work in the home and then take care of the children. So she will absolutely watch a lot TV, and then in the morning when they meet someone else, they will talk about the TV. And also the teenagers, well, me personally, I don't watch TV a lot because I got home at 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. and then I have to do homework and stuff, so I don't really watch TV. But at my school, sometimes my friends will be like, they're making fun of something that is in the TV, they're making fun of the advertisement or something. So yeah, that's pretty much like.
And just finally, is there any associations or attitudes about the United States? You take a scholarship from the United States government to come here. Are there any attitudes that you ever encounter at home as a result of coming here under a State Department program, or any of that? Attitudes toward the United States that you encounter as a result?
What kind of attitudes?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Are there any?
Is it like a payback?
Yeah, in other words, that you're, accepting a scholarship from the United States government to come to school, and
mostly it's just our organization. We are very thankful because we are given a chance to come here. And yeah, for example, when we came to the DC, we did say thank you to all the people from the U.S. Department of State that were there, and because it's because of them that we initiated the program.
Right.
So it's just the feeling of great.
So there's most positive feelings about your participation in this program among your friends and the people that you associate with in your home countries.
They are very excited. Like when I told my friends, like I'm the first one from my school to come through this program, and so when my friends got to know about it, and then they started applying for the next years. So yeah, there's enthusiasm. So.
How many YES program students come to the United States from all countries in the world in a year?
From my country, it's like 108. From all over the countries, I believe it's 600, but I could be wrong.
600 students
I think
from
it's
all over the
more
world.
like 1,000.
Really?
It's
Maybe
expanded down
900.
to the Balkans and
Yeah.
yeah.
1,000 students come to the USA?
But not just through PAC. I mean, the State Department runs it through a number of different programs. But yes, I think there might be 800 to 1,000 is my guess.
Just the YES program,
Just the
which
YES
is
program.
That's what I
focused on
wanted, just the
Islamic
YES program.
countries.
But as you see, we have a Hindu, a Christian, and a Muslim. So
That's in, but you know, to go back to their countries is the point. Any more questions? Well, thank you